Nairobi, a city pulsing with life, a testament to Kenya's vibrant spirit. And for decades, one name has been woven into the very fabric of this nation's journey: Raila Amolo Odinga. Raila's childhood was unlike any other. Imagine growing up in a household where the fate of a nation hung in the balance, where conversations crackled with the energy of revolution and the fight for freedom. This was Raila's reality. His father, Jaramogi, a man of unwavering principles and a fierce advocate for independence, instilled in him a deep sense of patriotism and a burning desire for a just and equitable Kenya. In 1962, at the tender age of 17, Raila embarked on a journey that would further shape his political ideology. He traveled to East Germany, where he spent a year studying at the Herder Institute in Leipzig, immersing himself in a new language and culture. This experience broadened his horizons, exposing him to different perspectives and ideologies. Imagine stepping into a different world, a world where the political climate crackled with the fervor of socialist ideals. This was the world Raila Odinga encountered when he arrived in the Soviet Union. It was the 1960s, a time of immense ideological struggle and transformation. The Soviet Union, with its emphasis on social equality and state-led development, presented a stark contrast to the colonial systems Raila had witnessed in Kenya. In 1970, Raila Odinga graduated with a master's degree in mechanical engineering, a significant milestone that marked the beginning of a journey filled with ambition and purpose. His mind was brimming with knowledge, a treasure trove of engineering principles and theories. But it wasn't just the technical knowledge that defined him. His heart was ignited by the ideals of social justice, a passion that would guide his future endeavors. During his time at the university, he had honed his analytical skills, learning to approach problems with a critical and innovative mindset. He spent countless hours in the laboratory, working on projects that challenged his intellect and creativity. He developed a deep understanding of complex systems, mastering the intricacies of mechanical designs and engineering solutions. His education was not just about acquiring knowledge, but about learning how to apply it in meaningful ways. Beyond the classroom, Raila witnessed firsthand the transformative potential of government. He observed how infrastructure projects could change lives, how policies could uplift communities, and how leadership could inspire a nation. But perhaps most importantly, he returned to Kenya with a clear vision, a vision that was shaped by his experiences and education. He was determined to contribute to his country's development, to be a part of its growth and progress. This vision was of a Kenya free from the shackles of colonialism and inequality, a Kenya where every citizen had the opportunity to thrive. He dreamed of a nation where justice and fairness were not just ideals, but realities. He envisioned vibrant communities, bustling markets, and happy families. He saw a future where education, healthcare, and economic opportunities were accessible to all, regardless of their background or status. This was the Kenya he aspired to help build, a Kenya that would stand as a beacon of hope and progress in Africa. In the heart of Raila Odinga's tumultuous political journey, one constant source of strength has been his enduring partnership with Ida Betty Onyango Oyu. Their love story began in the early 1970s, a time of great political change and uncertainty in Kenya. Ida, a woman of grace, intelligence, and unwavering conviction, quickly recognized the fire in Raila's heart, the unwavering commitment to fighting for a better Kenya. The Odinga family's commitment to public service extends far beyond Raila's political career. It's a legacy woven into the very fabric of their lives. Ida Odinga, a respected educator in her own right, has dedicated her life to empowering women and girls through education. Imagine the crushing weight of confinement, the cold steel bars a constant reminder of your captivity. This was Raila Odinga's reality in the 1980s, a decade that would test his resolve and forge within him an unbreakable spirit of defiance. The 1980s were a turbulent period in Kenya's history. President Moi's grip on power tightened, dissent was met with brutal force, and the country seemed to teeter on the brink of chaos. Raila, undeterred by his previous detention, emerged as a leading voice of opposition, a beacon of hope for those yearning for democracy and freedom. As the 1980s drew to a close, a palpable shift occurred in Kenya. The winds of change sweeping across Eastern Europe, dismantling the Berlin Wall and ushering in a new era of freedom, carried with them a message of hope that resonated deeply within the hearts of Kenyans. The yearning for democracy, for a government that truly represented the will of the people, grew stronger with each passing day. The fight for multi-party democracy, a turning point. Undeterred by the threat of violence, Raila and his fellow pro-democracy activists continued their struggle. A foray into governance, navigating the corridors of power. In the heart of Kenya, where the pulse of the nation beats strongest, lies the intricate web of governance. The corridors of power are not just physical spaces, but symbolic arenas where the future of the country is shaped and reshaped. With the dawn of multi-party democracy, Raila Odinga transitioned from a fiery opposition leader to a key player in Kenya's government. This era marked a significant shift in the political landscape, as voices that were once marginalized began to find their place in the national dialogue. Raila, with his charismatic presence and unwavering determination, became a beacon of hope for many. His experience, his understanding of the intricate political landscape, and his unwavering commitment to social justice positioned him as a force to be reckoned with. Raila's journey was not just about personal ambition, but about a broader vision for Kenya. He sought to bridge the gaps between different communities, advocating for policies that promoted inclusivity and equity. In 2001, President Daniel Arap Moi, recognizing Raila's influence and seeking to consolidate his own power, appointed him Minister of Energy. This appointment was a strategic move, reflecting the complex interplay of alliances and rivalries that define Kenyan politics. As Minister of Energy, Raila faced numerous challenges, from managing the country's energy resources to navigating the political tensions of the time. Yet through it all, he remained steadfast in his commitment to serving the people and advancing the nation's development. The Prime Ministership, a time of promise and unfulfilled expectations. The 2007 Kenyan general election marked a pivotal moment in Raila Odinga's political career. It was a time when the air was thick with anticipation and hope. Raila Odinga, a seasoned politician with a vision for a better Kenya, stood at the forefront of this transformative period. He ran for the presidency, his campaign electrified by the promise of change, a change that many Kenyans had been longing for. His speeches were filled with passion and conviction, igniting a spark in the hearts of the people. His message resonated with millions who yearned for a more just and equitable Kenya. The crowds at his rallies were a testament to the widespread support he garnered. People from all walks of life came together, united by a common dream of a brighter future. The election, however, was marred by widespread irregularities and accusations of rigging. The hope and excitement that had filled the air quickly turned to disillusionment and anger. The integrity of the electoral process was called into question, leading to a deep sense of betrayal among the populace. Plunging the nation into a spiral of violence and chaos, the aftermath of the election was devastating. Communities that had once stood together were torn apart by ethnic tensions and political strife. The streets, once filled with hopeful supporters, now echoed with the sounds of conflict and despair. The promise of a new dawn seemed to slip further away with each passing day, leaving behind a trail of unfulfilled expectations and broken dreams. The 2007 Kenyan general election was meant to be a celebration of democracy, a chance for the nation to choose its leader. Instead, it descended into a nightmare. Raila Odinga, the firebrand of reform, the champion of the people, faced off against incumbent President Mwai Kibaki. As the world watched with bated breath, international pressure mounted for a peaceful resolution to the crisis. Kofi Annan, the former United Nations Secretary General, arrived in Kenya, his presence a beacon of hope, his mission to broker a power-sharing agreement between the warring factions. The 2017 Kenyan general election. Once again, Raila Odinga, the seasoned warrior of Kenyan politics, threw his hat into the ring. His eyes set on the presidency. The nation held its breath. On March 9, 2018, Kenya awoke to an image that would forever alter the course of its history. Raila Odinga and Uhuru Kenyatta, his longtime political rival, stood side by side, their hands clasped in a firm handshake. The nation gasped. Raila Odinga's political journey is a tapestry woven from seemingly contradictory threads. Raila Odinga's legacy is complex, a tapestry woven from threads of triumph and tribulation, admiration and suspicion. As the sun sets on Raila Odinga's long and tumultuous political career, one question lingers: hero or villain? The answer, like the man himself, is far from simple. Raila Odinga defies easy categorization.